And we're back. Hello, my name is Nox, and in the foreground, it would probably be called, is me playing a little bit of Left 4 Dead 2, which I recorded earlier, the first level. Didn't take me too long, and it's a pretty fun game, but the gameplay isn't really the focus of this commentary. As you can probably see by the title, it's called it's not called it, but it's about religion. Religion 101. Welcome to my first and most likely only religion lesson. I don't aspire to be a teacher. Now, the first thing is, I really don't care whether or not you believe in God. Like, I don't care if you believe in God or not. I won't judge you. I won't like you more or less based on whether or not you believe in God. And I think that people who make their friendships based on people's religion, like if you meet someone and before you're really friends with them, when you're still like an acquaintance with them, if you ask what religion they are or just judge them on what religion they are, then well, that's just not really very, I don't know what the word is. It's not very righteous, I guess. Like, if you judge people based on their religion and not what kind of person they are, like if they're a good person, then that's just very narrow-sighted, I think. And this isn't like a nerd rage thing on something that happened to me. I go to a Catholic school with other Catholics, I'm Catholic, and everyone gets along, and, well, to an extent. But I think that if you make your friendships based on whether or not someone is of a certain religion, it's just, you shouldn't be doing that. I mean, after all, no religion may be right. All humans, most humans at least, need to have some sort of belief. Like, most humans need to have something to do with having a higher power, something that's better than them, better than humans, all-knowing. For example, like God. Most religions have some sort of god or figure they worship. Like, well, most of them. I'm not really going to bother listing them because I'll probably take way too long doing that. And it's basically just a higher power, like an upper power, something that knows all, sees all, etc. Like, I want you to take a few seconds and just imagine infinity. It's not something that's really easy to do. Not many people can do it. Like, if you imagine infinity, well, I can't really tell you what it looks like because I can't imagine infinity. To me, infinity is like, well, it's like the universe, only if the Big Bang Theory is correct, then that's wrong too, because then it'll recede and the universe will stop expanding and then shit will hit the fan, to be honest. But for the most point, this is really why most people can't imagine life without some kind of higher power. I mean, if humans are the most knowledgeable and advanced being on this earth, well, there's really no limit to the crap we'll do. Like, we're already supposedly destroying the environment, and well, if we knew that there were absolutely no repercussions later on, then I think we'd start destroying a lot faster, because it really is a lot easier to destroy something than to create it. And although religion is a good thing, so well, for the most part, it's a good thing. Like, it gives some people hope. If miracles are correct, it saves lives, etc. But a lot of religions have you doing the right thing for the wrong reasons. Like, Christianity, it's based on you have to follow the 10 Commandments or you'll go to hell and experience pain and suffering for all eternity. That's not the right reason to do the right thing. You do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And I know that's like, thanks Captain Obvious, but there it is, that's it. It's exactly what it is. And, like, you could say, like, atheists could argue, if there are gods, or a god, why haven't they done anything in society? And that's a good question. It's a very valid question. I mean, if there is all this pain and suffering and inequality going on, why hasn't the god or gods done anything about it? But it's also, you shouldn't really ask questions where answers can't be given. Like, that's part of the whole, it's pretty much the whole subject of philosophy right there. Asking questions that you can't or can barely answer. And it's just, it's not good for conversation, it's not good for arguments, it's just not good. And I personally think there are miracles. Like, I don't know if this is true, but apparently in the Vatican or something, there's this sample of body and blood of Jesus or something like that, and it regenerates. Like, even every time they try to carbon date it, it says it was like made on the very same day they tried to date it, which is sort of weird, but I don't know, that's just how the story goes. Also, another thing, terrorism. Most people associate terrorism with turbaned peoples like Muslims and or Hindus, but that the main focus of this point is Muslims. Muslims are not a problem. They're really not a problem. Most of them are good people. I know a few. I'm friends with a few, and they're good people. It's just the fanatical ones that decide that the Quran is, they're allowed to analyze that their own way and decide that the Quran means kill every single other person you meet. But that's wrong. That's not what most Muslims are like. They're not a problem. I mean, if you look through history, heaps of other religions did that. Like, what are the Crusades? The Crusades are Christians pretty much stamping out other religions. And I really think that while innocent people are dying, and they do have my respect and sorrow for them, I think that blaming just Muslims and saying, oh, if you're a Muslim, you're bad, that's just stupid. They're doing exactly the same thing as so many other religions did, only they're like a bit late on in the uptake, and now they're just using today's technology like high explosives, but it's essentially just the same story. It just started a bit later. Also, a lot of things with the fanatical ones is they're pretty much engulfed by hate. Like, for example, they've forgotten why they hate Western civilization, which is, like, they've just been hating for so long, generations and generations, that the reason is just lost over the age. And time does that. Time loses different things. So, yeah. Well, now I've sort of run to the end of all the stuff that I wanted to say. But if I had the choice to make you take anything at all away from this commentary, it's that we may never know, not at all, what religion is correct. In fact, chances are we definitely will not know what religion is correct. Judging people by their religion is just counterproductive and shows a lack of foresight/intelligence. All it really comes down to is that maybe all religions are wrong. Instead of being a devout follower to one religion to get into any sort of afterlife, if there is one, only to find your religion is wrong and be damned for all eternity, as stories so often tend to go, maybe the way to go is to just be a good person. The most important rule is to just treat others as you want to be treated. That's how you should live if you can't decide on a religion. And if you can, please, for the sake of everyone else, try not to let your zealotry be engulfed. Your sense of what's right and what's wrong be engulfed by a zealotry for the religion. I mean, if you're, like, for example, take the Da Vinci Code. The albino guy, I don't really know how the story goes, but the albino guy killing people in the name of God. That's not how it goes. God is supposed to be, the Christian God at least, he's supposed to be all forgiving, etc., blah blah blah. If you truly regret what you did, he's supposed to forgive you for any wrongs that you may have committed. But that guy's really not regretting. He's doing it pretty much for self-gain, or to find and destroy the bones of Mary Magdalene or whatever it was, I don't know, but killing it can't be justified. You can't justify taking another man's life. It's just wrong. And so the most important thing is to be a good person. If you can't do that, then well, you're beyond curing, I guess. I mean, if you can't treat others as you want to be treated, then well, you've obviously got some sort of problem, and I just think that you should really try to work on getting that problem fixed, because well, you won't be a very likable person. I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you're watching this on Respawn, please, I would love it if you bumped this video. If not, just a like and maybe a subscribe would be very, very wonderful. I'd love you for that. And if you like this kind of commentary, like deep, well thought out commentary, I can do that, or I can do funny commentary like the kind that's found on my channel. However, I don't really know. Give me your opinion. Leave a comment or something. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and please, if you're on Respawn Army, please bump me. Thanks. See ya.